Yeah. We back. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, that was a little Plies, K Camp, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that was a cool little joint, man.
Yeah.
That was a cool little joint there, man. I like that song, man.
Man, I got a question for you. Did you see what they was talking about Obama? He just issued out a policy on the use of military equipment, military grade equipment by the police, local police.
Yes, dog. I saw that. You know, I did a little research, and if anybody watched like it's like a biography about the Cocaine Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
At first, the police never had that type of. They were never armed with that type of equipment, AKs and semi-automatic weapons and stuff like that. They no big heavy artillery. They got something passed when the dope game was real big in the early 80s, late 70s. In Miami, man, with that cocaine, because all the drug lords they were going against had all them weapons. And these guys here shoot little pea shooters, pow, pow, pow. But these brothers, at them, you know what I'm saying? So they needed some heavy artillery. Right, some all the nice shit. Don't shoot that little shit no more. You know, they were like that. So these guys needed, heavy artillery at the time because of what they were up against. But what they never did was they never, took that out. So your local police department started stockpiling,
using it on everybody.
On everybody. So these guys, just like you got, when stuff get out of hand, say, man, these guys pulling out heavy weapons. They ain't just pulling out, regular 9mm and
tanks.
Say, man, they got heavy artillery.
I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. If you ain't never had to deal with military weapons, that's not what you want to be going up against. Excuse me. But that's not what you want. I'm telling you, like, it's gonna be some shit.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you. Put like this. There's no reason for police officers to have military grade weapons.
Not here.
Because you're protecting civilians.
Yeah.
Now, the military is protecting the country.
Yes.
They go to war. They fight battles. Yeah, they need that heavy equipment. They need that. The local police department don't need that type of stuff.
They don't need it. That's a waste of taxpayers' money right there.
Exactly, man. If they got to use that type of armory on civilians, but the civilians ain't armed like that, why do you need that type of equipment?
No, they not.
You should outnumber any civilians if they doing wrong in any situation. Because if it get out of hand anyway, they call the National Guard.
That's what
they gonna call the National Guard in. That's what they there
That's what they're there for. If y'all did not know that.
Using military as a military, so you know those things. And you didn't handle heavy artillery.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no reason why the local police department has that type of heavy artillery.
Yeah, it's no need for it.
You know where they got it? Hey man, they trying to take over the world. They trying to take over the world, man. Just in case us N-words get out of hand.
Thugs.
Yeah, you local thugs get out of hand. They want to have some of that heavy artillery for you, man. Yeah. But hey, dude, there's no reason for that. There's no reason for that at all. I'm glad Obama really, in his administration, really singled that out and got that out the way, man. Cause there's no need for the local police.
Yeah.
Local police. I mean,
HPD got some shit for you.
They got some heavy stuff for you, man. 50 cals, everything, man.
You don't want to get hit with one of those.
Hey, man, ain't no more you. You get hit with that.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
You and the person next to you.
Right? You, the person next to you,
behind.
And the one standing in the room behind you. They gone too.
It's done.
Gone, man.
Local police don't need that type of weapon.
Hey, man, they are here to oversee local, mischief and whatever will go on. They're here to keep the peace.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know they had heavy artillery like that until the Obama administration came up and started saying something about getting that out of their hands.
Yeah, they need to.
Yeah.
They need crazy too.
That's
And if
crazy,
you need
man.
that type of weaponry, like you said, call in the National Guard.
Yeah.
You know.
If it get that tough, say, man, just make a phone call. Hey, man, they out of hand, man. We can't handle this.
Can't do this shit.
Hey, man, we can't handle it by ourselves, man. We need the real soldiers come in. You know, we need the people that played on the 1st and 15th come in, man, and handle this, dog. You know, the regular fleet, it ain't working. It ain't working.
You had mentioned something about the minimum wage going up.
Oh, yeah, man. You know, they've been, put like this, they've been back and forth on this for a while by raising the minimum wage from $7, whatever it is, to $10. You know what I'm saying? Now, it makes sense to raise the minimum wage to $10 because everything else done rose. The cost of living has risen. The cost of eating has risen. I mean, have you bought a loaf of bread lately?
Shit, a gallon of milk.
Say, man, everything costs.
Everything.
Man.
Little Debbie cakes.
Hey, man.
59 cents now. They was 50 cents. They 59 cents.
Dude, I remember when them nutty bars used to be a quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The brownies used to be a quarter.
Mom, let me get a quarter.
Hey, man.
Go up to the store. Got you another bar. Hey, you
Hey,
good
man,
to go.
you got you a few things. You
Yeah.
get $1.
$1, you good.
$1 now? Man, $1 can't barely get you a loaf of bread nowadays.
They get you a canned soda, depending on where you go.
Where you go, right?
Depending on where you go.
But as it is, so they've been back and forth harping on this minimum wage raise. Well, dude, if people make more money, they spend more money.
That's true.
So, and let me retort. So they don't want to raise the minimum wage because the people that gotta pay the wage increase are saying that it goes in their profit margin, and they have to lay certain people off, and they want to be able to employ as many people. But that don't make sense because if everybody made more, that means they would spend more. So that means your store would make more money.
Yeah, that's true.
That if your store makes more money, you can pay a higher wage to the folk. If people make more money, they work more, they work harder.
The more money I make, the more money I'm gonna spend.
Hey, the better I feel.
Yeah, the better I feel too. The
You know?
economy just gonna boom right on up.
Exactly.
It's gonna be
Everything it gets better. I mean, I'm not an
$10.
economics major,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
it makes sense to me.
Yeah, make a whole lot of sense to me too.
Put like this: if you make it $20 an hour, right,
Yeah.
and then they increase your pay to $30 an hour,
Yeah.
hey man, that means you got more leeway room to spend a little more, to buy a little more. You know,
You gonna want more.
you're gonna want more because you got extra money. Now, the smart thing to do, you save more. You know what I'm saying? You save more. That's the smart thing to do.
Smart thing.
But
The average Joe.
the average Joe is
make it
gonna
right.
spend more money. Just like when folks get their income tax.
Yeah.
I mean, the smart thing to do is pocket that money, save,
Save.
invest it in something that's gonna make you money.
That's why I file my taxes after everybody else.
Hey man, right,
I'm gonna spend day tax money. Come April 15th, I'm gonna file mine.
right.
So my shit hit about May, June.
Get later,
You know what I'm saying?
later on. Right? Hey man,
Hey,
but those people there, they get it and they spend it,
they just gone.
and then they back at their regular run. And I just hate to say it, but those are the most people that are making in between that minimum wage and $10-12. You know.
Yeah.
But if that minimum wage went from 7 to 10, hey man, those people there, hey man, that's a big increase for them in their lifestyle. So they gonna eventually spend more money. You know?
People get 50-cent raises and be like, hell yeah.
Shoot, yeah, I'm rolling. You know? I mean,
$3.
but hey man, you go raise the minimum wage. I mean, I don't see a problem in it, and they make it a big deal. You know? I mean, that's a mass increase in somebody's living and lifestyle. But it's something that's needed because man, you can't live off of that. That's why it's a minimum wage. It's a minimum wage to live. Hey man, you can't live off of $7.15 an hour.
Nah.
That's what
Especially
it
if you ain't getting no hours.
And then they only want, most of them jobs, they don't want to give you 30 hours a week. They don't even give you 40 hours.
They paying you $7, but you gotta watch what you post on Facebook.
Oh yeah, man. Don't be like Subway girl, right? You be eating Subway to work at Quiznos.
Ain't you that chick from Subway? Hello.
You can't work here. Go sell some chicken. You can't sell these sandwiches.
Right.
Oh man, but stuff like that, man. You know, them folk bring up stuff like that, man, and they wonder why people go into crime. Because, man, you can't make an honest living, or you can't make enough making an honest living. But, you know, that's a part of that dirty game. You know what I'm saying? That's how the rich stay rich. They stay rich off the backs of the minimum wage and the poor.
That's why they keep building prisons.
You already know that. They got more prisons than they got high schools.
They tearing schools down just to build prisons.
That's how it is, man. That's how it is.
I guess they figure you go to prison, they can force education on you. You know what I'm saying?
They don't want you to get educated. That's why they don't build no
prison.
schools.
You get it in prison, though.
No, they gonna educate you on what they want you to know.
Yeah.
Because it don't matter. You get all the education you want in prison. When you get out, who gonna give you a job?
They make
With
it
that
very
on the
hard.
record.
They make it very hard
Exactly.
to get a job when you get out of prison.
It's a part of that. It's a part of that cycle they want you in. You know what I'm saying? They make it easy to go to jail, but hey, make it hard as hell when you get out to be a part of society. But they call it rehabilitation.
Yeah.
What kind of rehab is that?
They're breaking your ass down so you get off, you be even more pissed off.
Hey man, that's crazy, man. It's crazy, but like I say, it's a dirty game. But hey man, them folks done found a way how to play it, and they playing it well. You know. So man, don't let yourself get caught up in that. I hope they go ahead and pass this increase, man, for this minimum wage, man, because I do believe it'll help the economy. The economy in Houston is doing well anyway. But just think, if the people that make minimum wage, if they got that increase, man, how much better it would be. You know what I'm saying? That's and that goes for everybody's job. That goes for the people who independently own their own barbershops, beauty shops, whether they own their own cleaners, whether they own their own anything.
I seen it on the nail shops the other day. They was talking about it on the news. Saying that the nail workers, they getting underpaid. It's like some slave type joint going on. They get paid like $4 an hour.
Oh,
something like that. Yeah.
Well, you know.
And then they have to be there all day.
Let me tell you though, we all know, and especially the ladies can testify to this. We all know most of those nail shops are ran by who? Asians, right? You know what I'm saying? So I hate to say it, man, but a lot of ones that's doing the nails, man, hey man, a lot of them illegal. So they just happy to be here to make any kind of money because of the situation they came from. You know, so they ain't tripping on it. You know, they can't complain. They can't complain. They ain't gonna complain because they know their situation can be worse.
They talking about fixing that as well, though.
They need to, man. Even hey, if you're over here, you're over here. Hey man, somebody along the lines came over illegal anyway.
Christopher Columbus.
And it was illegal. He wasn't a resident. Where his green card? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Christopher Columbus ain't had no green card. Neither did none of them pilgrims.
None of them.
You know, well, none of them legal aliens. You know what I'm saying?
They found this rock.
Right.
Like that Geico commercial. Dora.
Yeah, Dora.
Hey, what took you so long?
Yeah, what took you so long? Shit, Indians was already here.
Man.
You know, all the pilgrims almost died. If the Indians didn't look over and say, man, look at them white folk. Boy, they about to die. Hey, they don't know they got food all the way around them. They don't know this little bird here that's running around. They can skin and eat him like a motherfucker. We talking about the turkey. You know, they can skin and eat him up. And he make a good meal. Man, let's go help these folks. You know, stuff like that. You know, they was illegal, so hey, you know, might as well over here, you might as well help. That's what it is.
Bro, we might take a little break right quick. Hey, y'all check this track out right here. Let me know what you think.
By a local artist?
Yeah, this gonna be the local artist track. Hey, this by my dude KY back in Georgia, produced by my man Michael Rivers. Hey, when you get back, man, if y'all on, man, hit the chat room up, hit the post, let me know what you think. Hey, we can get feedback on this track.
Yeah, run it.
Run it.
Hey, yeah, hey, told y'all niggas. Hey, this KYG. It take a lot of time to write these songs. Statistics say I probably never make it. I'm better off moving zones till it's gone. Mama asked me to do right and I asked her how am I wrong. Better off me doing this than calling you from blue phones. I'm just trying to feed my family and keep